What's up, guys, and welcome to On Point Firing Solutions. I wanted to go over this very briefly on the MC9, Canik METE MC9. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it's a good gun. All right, I'm not gonna knock it. It really is a good gun, and the biggest complaint when it comes to the Canik METE MC9 is the spring. It is the firing, it is the cycling, it is the full cycle of the slide of the battery, of whatever you want to call it, cycling a full round back into the chamber. And a lot of people have their own theories about why that is the case. I'll try to make this as quick of a video as possible, but I have seen many different people talk about the MC9 and about how great of a gun it is, and I do agree. Out of 5 guns, it is maybe the one that my son preferred the most. It is very concealable, very small, comes with 2 different clips, comes with a whole array of different tools, along with your standard holster, nothing fancy, something you could, I guess, use if you're a beginner. But the gun itself looks great, man. It comes with a loader, but it's a great looking gun. I think it's fantastic. It has a great grip, a little bit of a strong pull on that slide, I will admit. But one of the things that people complain about the most is the cycling, is the battery, full battery going back after firing full cycle of a round back into the chamber. And again, people have their theories. Some people say that if you change out the spring from up here, that will do the trick. Other people say that it is the firing spring that's back here. So the only thing I'm going to say is I have seen many different things, and I'll if I get a chance, I'll try to put up the spring that I'm talking about, the name, and maybe possibly the website of the spring that I'm talking about. But what I've seen is it is this one that's back here. In one way that you fix that is by removing the full slide. Okay, by pinching down up here. All right. There's many different ways for you to do it that I've seen. Some people say to grab the gun and kind of bring it in here, and then you kind of shimmy it. And anyways, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm not trying to bore you guys, but once you guys remove the slide, in the process of selling this gun, I'm not trying to, I guess, go through the full motion, but once you remove the slide, if you want to remove the spring from the front, you want to remove the barrel, go for it. The next thing they do is they'll pinch this piece right here. Maybe that's why Canik, Canik is a great company. Will I ever go back to the METE? Sorry, not the METE, but the MC9 Prime. Yeah, I like the comp version of that gun. I think it's fantastic. Maybe I may want to shoot it beforehand, but haven't really seen any issues. But with the Canik METE MC9, the biggest issue is this. You press on this right here, this whole piece right here, the back plate will come off, and then you'll have a piece in there, which is the actual firing spring mechanism, which is fairly long. All right, it goes maybe about right there. And you pull that full thing, you're going to see a spring there. You compress that spring, you take it out, there's a lot of tension, and you replace it with a different spring. It's a shorter, much lighter spring. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to go out there and fire a full cycle, regardless of the grain, say 115 grain at the range, a full cycle, and it's gonna sit back. Because the problem is with the spring, with the tight spring that it has right now, what's happening is you're firing it, and after you fire, it's going back, but it's stopping short. Say about maybe right there. That's where it's stopping. And people have their own theories. They say that after you shoot, 150, 200, 400, 600 rounds, it'll fix itself. Yes, you're correct. It just may. After so much firing, that spring may loosen up a bit and you'll be okay. Some people say, well, just leave your gun cocked back overnight for 24 hours, 48 hours, 6 days, I don't know, a month. I have no idea. Loosen up that spring. Some people say that doesn't work. But what most people have said is, yes, you may want to replace this spring maybe with a different aftermarket spring that's a little bit lighter, a little bit looser. You might want to replace the spring, the firing spring that's back here, by removing this, removing the whole mechanism, changing out that spring for a lighter one that you can find online, and I'll post a link as well in the description. And once you replace it, you can shoot 115 grain. And other people just say, stop wasting your time. Canik was made in, what is it, Turkey? Correct. Made in Turkey. Canik was made in Turkey. And based off the formula, the minimum amount of time that, the minimum amount of ammunition grain you should be firing from a Canik, being that it's not from the United States, is 124 grain. So here I have a 124 grain 9mm Luger round, and people say that's the fix. 124 more is your fix. So when you fire 115, it's not gonna sit back. But if you fire 124, because of the amount of power that the round itself has, it'll fully cycle, it'll slide back in and chamber around. I don't know, what do you guys think? Again, I've only fired 115, and that's what's happened to it, but I'm in the process of selling it. Will I at some point get a Canik back? Yes, of course. I think Canik is great. I think they're a great company. I think they have great customer service. I think I will get a Canik back. It could be the TTI Combat. It could be the MC9 Prime. I'm not sure yet, but I think they're great guns. I think for the money, you get a great gun. It's not a budget gun in my opinion, but hopefully that helps you guys. Hopefully many people see this video and you don't get rid of your Canik like I am. But then again, this retails for about 400, 450. I got it for about maybe 360. I'm just getting rid of it for about 300. But there's little doubts, and personally, I'll come back to Canik very soon. Just not with the Mete MC9. But that's your fix. If you do have it, don't get rid of it. Just change the firing spring in the back, and if you like, change the spring up front here. And if you even want to make it even better, shoot 124 grain. That's your fix. That's it. On-point firing solution. Thank you for watching.